Yay, 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 yay. Hi guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know if you can hear me. Whew. Hi everybody, thank you for coming. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm sorry, my stream was a little bit late. I actually dropped my camera on the floor. I thought it was gonna be all over for today. I thought I was just gonna give up for real. Hi guys, thank you for coming. Welcome to my happy birthday party. Hi guys, I'm really happy. Hopefully we can stream. Hopefully nothing goes wrong and we can celebrate until it's actually my birthday in an hour and a half. Thank you guys for coming so much. Oh my god. I've got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. I have a lot of tea that I want to talk about. This is going to be my birthday party / me talking about how I almost lost my visa last week and almost got kicked out of Japan. So, welcome. Oh my god. Hi guys. Hi Fawn. Hi BRBNTRL. Hello Nia. Hi. Hi, happy birthday. I mean, it's my birthday. Yeah, I'm so happy. Okay, so, yeah, I actually didn't do anything today. Tomorrow I'm going out and doing something for my birthday, just like a kind of a chill thing. And then next week I'm gonna do something maybe with my friends. But yeah, I was most excited for this stream. I just wanted to just like hang out with you guys, and I had a lot of stuff to talk about. I want to talk about the stuff that happened with my visa, and I want to talk about like the new thing with the Assassin's Creed game, the one that's set in Japan, because I'm really looking forward to hearing you guys' opinions about that. Would you ever change your user to Capsule Kitty? Okay, so my VTuber is actually called Capsule Kitty. My VTuber that's gonna debut in the next couple of months, I guess. I actually named that Capsule Kitty because I didn't know what else to call it. So yes, guys, welcome. Let's have a nice chill birthday party. I'm so glad that you guys all came. Thank you. I'm really happy. I felt that like no one would come, so I'm very happy. So yeah, this is my 9th birthday in Japan, I think. So it's like been some time. And I didn't know what to do for my birthday this year, and I actually didn't really book anything to do with my friends yet. I will book something soon, but like I don't know, I didn't really know what to do this year. Like booking anything in Japan is horrible. Like you have to reserve everything like months in advance. You normally get a 2-hour time limit for cafes and stuff. It really sucks. And like if you do book somewhere, you have to book like a fancy ass course that's like at least 4,000 yen, and I know that not everyone has that amount of money. So hi Pippa, yay. I had no idea about the new AC game. We're gonna be talking a little bit about Assassin's Creed today, because I actually really like Assassin's Creed, and I'm interested to see what you guys think about the new project they're doing. So yeah, the thing I'm doing tomorrow, I'm actually going to like that cafe in Omotesando that has all like the flowers hanging up and stuff. The food isn't honestly that great. Like I feel like I've fallen out of love with like those kind of like fancy Japanese cafes, because I feel like the food always is very mediocre and it's really expensive, but I didn't really know what else to do, so I set that up to do tomorrow. Oh, how old will you be in an hour and a half? Okay, so I will be turning 33, so yeah, I'm like a big age now. But like honestly, turning 30 was great, and every year after that only got better, so I'm really excited for my 33rd year on the earth. Yeah, the big 21st, man. I like, people always like, oh I wish. Nah man, being 21 sucked for me, and being 18 was kind of shitty too, so like I'm kind of happy about turning 33. Like I hope that like, I don't know, like if anything, I want to teach people that like being 30 honestly rocks. I really like being having my own bank account, having my own money, having like being a little bit more settled. Honestly, I get why people are really nervous to turn 30 because society makes a big deal out of it. But my life only got easier since I turned 30, and I feel like I become more confident, and I think like my looks improved after 30 because I become more confident. Our AC is Assassin's Creed, and we're going to be talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is hilarious because I saw the fan art for Assassin's Creed like 10 years, like this, the Samurai Assassin's Creed like 10 years ago, because my friend was the one that made the original art, and he did it as like a fan project, and then Ubisoft actually recruited him based off that art. So this is like 10 years in the making, and it all started off of like fan art he did of like Assassin's Creed in Japan. You look like you're in your 20s. Thank you. Like, honestly, between the age of like 20 and like 30, I feel like everybody kind of looks the same to me. And particularly like these days, I feel like this generation of people all look and act young. So I hope that people have like less reservations about getting older. I don't really like feel bad about getting older, honestly. Someone said, my 20s suck so bad. Looking forward to my 30s for sure. Like, yeah, I feel like your 20s are so chaotic. And particularly like these days, it's all like struggling to get on the housing market, working for shitty companies. I feel like your 20s are mostly working towards something, and then your 30s you can start to relax a little bit, or the 20s are more about like finding yourself. Oh my god, Nathan, thank you, oh my god, thank you so much, that's a lot of money, thank you, thank you, you got my first birthday present, thank you, oh my god, that's really nice of you, thank you. Happy 33rd birthday. You didn't have to say the number. Thank you so much. When's your birthday? Because I'm gonna wish you happy birthday on your birthday. I'll put it in my calendar. My 20s are mentally rough right now. Nia, you're having a rough time, but I promise you it's gonna get better. Like, honestly, like, that's why I tell everyone, honestly, is that like things do get better. Like, there are times when I just wanted to give up and like things were really rough, and on my 18th birthday I remember not having a lot of friends, and I remember I went to the pub with like a couple of my uni friends and had a drink, and then I kind of went home after and played video games, and I was really sad, and I really hoped that my birthdays after that would be better, and they were. Like, after that my birthdays generally were surrounded by people I cared about, so it does get better. I found that 20s suck. Like, my 20s are great. Like, don't get me wrong. I had a really good time in my 20s, but it was just so, like, turbulent. I don't know. I love you, Bentley fan. Lee said, I just turned 20 and I'm struggling. I'm okay. Being 20 was the hardest. Oh my god. Between 20, 21, 22 was so hard. And I feel like it's hard for everyone because you were supposed to be an adult. Suddenly you have to, like, rent an apartment, you have to like have your education, you're supposed to know what you want to be in the future, you're like pressured to be in a serious relationship, you're thrust into all of these things, and you've just stopped being a kid, and you still like all the stuff you like when you were a kid, but now like people expect so much of you. Like, being the start of your 20s is really hard, but I promise you it gets better, and like just use all that time to figure out about yourself, the things that you like, and yeah, it gets easier. Bentley fan said, I'm 33 too. Oh, February 9th. Oh, happy birthday. It just like kind of went, huh? Oh, we're the same age. I like that. I turned 23 early this month, and I'm still so confused. 23 was a rough time. Like, again, I just didn't know what I was supposed to do. Like, suddenly, because I graduated university, I moved to Japan, and it's like, oh, what am I gonna do? Like, what career am I gonna have? Blah, blah, blah. I was, like, dating. I was trying to, I didn't know where I was gonna live. It was just, like, a rough time. But I feel like the turning point is probably 25. After 25, you start to, like, settle down, and you start to worry a little bit less about things. And things that were a big deal to me when I was 20 are like not a big deal to me now. Broski, thank you. Everybody keeps saying happy birthday, and my knee-jerk reaction is to say happy birthday back. It's so stupid. My sister actually turned 33 a few days ago. Say happy birthday to your sister. Or maybe I am actually your sister all along. Have you seen us both in the same room? You haven't, right? But yeah, like 20s have been confused about life. I feel like 30s, I'm still confused about life. I just care less about it. The other thing is like our view. Ah, Ozzy-san, arigato! Thank you so much! Yay! And you got me my actually Ozzy-san gave me my best birthday present this year, like for real. Ozzy-san got me Yakuza Infinite Wealth, and I actually spent most of my day playing that game, and I will play it a whole bunch tomorrow too, so thank you, Ozzy-san. But yeah, man, our frame of view for how we should be as adults come from our parents, and even grandparents. And I'm not sure about you guys, because my parents were super old. Like, my mom was born in 1947, so her growing up was like completely different. Like, she could get a job so easily. She just like bought a house. They bought a few houses, even though they were like piss poor. I'm the only person in my family with a degree. Yeah, I definitely have struggled the most. So like, it's definitely our generation has it a lot harder. So it's really weird, because I feel like particularly for millennials, we were told we could be anything we wanted to do if we just studied and worked for it. But then it was kind of hard, because that wasn't really the case. Like, I feel like our generation has been affected so hard by nepotism. So it was it was kind of, I mean, I don't say it's impossible to do the things you want to do, but it's very difficult for our generation. Yay. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. I've also had birthdays usually with family only after like 12. Yeah, I've never really celebrated my birthday with my family, honestly. Can't relate. Yay, thank you, Gummy. Back when houses cost 2 schmeckles. For real though, like, my parents were always like, I hope when you get older you will get on the property ladder. It's like, I can barely own like a ladder, let alone like a property ladder. Like, yeah, different. Yeah, my parents did own a couple houses, 3 houses I think, that they bought for like a wheel of cheese and a halfpenny, but then they ended up spending all their money on bullshit, so inevitably I was left without an inheritance, really. But like, damn, can you imagine being able to just buy a house like the way they did? That's honestly, but I mean, we're hoping that the housing market is gonna crash. Like, it's not, but we can still hope. Did you say 1947? Yeah, my mom was pretty old. I was looking at the Akiya Instagram, like, you know, they have like real estate agencies for like selling those free houses or those really cheap houses in Japan, because it's always like marketed like Japan has houses that are like essentially free, but when you look at them, they're like really bumblefuck far and also just like dilapidated and almost impossible to live in. But I was looking at those because I'm like super interested, like maybe in the future maybe I could afford like that, and that could be like a good project in the future, but not now. 1947 is when my grandmother was born. Yeah, for real, like my mom was definitely old enough to be my grandma, and it made things kind of awkward, but it was nice though. I like my mom. She was pretty chill. She was like very mentally ill, but she was pretty chill. Like, she's like a grandma age, so she didn't really like enforce any rules or anything on me, so that was nice. My dad was born in 1947. Sick. We were like siblings. It's weird, like I know people whose mom had them when they were like 16, and then my mom had me when she was in her like 40s, right? So it's just like such a different experience that people have growing up. It's really wild to think about. Seeing people struggling with a degree makes me scared for myself. I don't even have one. Honestly, like, degrees are very worthless now. Like, I'm glad I got my degree because it made it possible for me to get my visa that I have now. But even so, you can get visas without degrees. It's just a little bit harder. And I don't know, my degree didn't really help me that much. But it depends. Like, if you have a very set path that you want to do. Man, I should have become like an electrician or like a plumber. If you want to make money, get like a trade degree. And my university sucked ass. Everything that I wanted to ask them, they just told me to like look on YouTube. I spent most of my degree at university watching YouTube tutorials about stuff. And that's wild. Honestly, Nia, the job market is so saturated that a degree alone isn't enough to make you stand out. Like, I'm always looking at jobs, and yeah, the job market is wild, particularly in Japan. It's like, we want someone who's fluent in like native level Japanese, English, and Chinese. It's like, how do you get native at 3 languages, but whatever. And we want you to have 5 years experience in the field, and this and that. Oh, but we're paying like 200,000 yen per month. It's like, it's very wild. Oh yeah, my sis may be pregnant. Being an aunt this young could be fun. I was a really young aunt, and that was really, really fun. So you're in for some fun times. What is your degree, Bunny? Okay, so my degree was in like computer, like games design, animation, and I did a little bit of programming. Mine was in like a lot of stuff, and the main was like 3D modeling, which I actually used recently because I did 3D print some stuff, and I used my experience that I learned from using 3ds Max. And when I was I got jobs in Japan like translating games, and I could use my degree like, oh, I did something in games, and they're like, okay, good enough. So like, you can kind of spin your degree in a way that's favorable to you, but honestly, it's all bullshit. I think you would make a good estate agent. That could be fun. That's something I looked into, but I know it seems like a lot of pressure, doesn't it? Like, what? Like, I don't know. And that could be fun though. Yeah. My gran was born in 1919. Damn. One of my students that I teach, she was born 1935, so she's like 90. Nia said, my mental health is too below sea level that I can't even concentrate and memorize my courses. No, I feel you though. Like, when I'm very down, and like, I'll explain a bit in a minute, but about my visa, I was in a really bad headspace recently, and I just, like, in that headspace, it's impossible to like remember stuff or study, and that's another big problem I have. Your degree sounds cool. It was really fun and I enjoyed it, but I feel like the people that run the course were just so stupid. Like, in that time, we could have got much better at the things we were doing if we had had some kind of guidance. But I didn't go to like a very good university. It was just like the one that was around the corner from my house. I wanted to study Japanese at university. Like, I wish I did, but I had to stay at home because my dad was kind of sick, and the university near my house didn't have any Japanese courses, unfortunately. So that was like, I was like, I'll just do that. My gran is still going. Damn, that's pretty sick. People be living long these days, honestly. And Nia said, maybe after I move out next month, I can study something, work part-time or something. Yeah, like, the thing is like, a degree is such a big commitment because you have to do it for 3 years, and if you drop out, you still have to pay some loans. But if you are in Europe, then I think student loans aren't that bad, like, compared to America, which is wild. I'd never get a degree in America. Also, I think some, like, countries, it's free, even for international students. I think it was, like, Sweden, maybe, that was, like, international students, they let you study for free. So look into that as well. Do you know what is the minimum deposit you need to get a mortgage in Japan? I'm actually not sure. I mean, I should know about this stuff because I do look into this stuff quite a lot. But I know recently they're selling a lot of like 35-year loans. So like you would sign a 35-year loan to get a mortgage, and that's quite a popular thing at the moment. But it just honestly depends which house you're getting. And I've been looking at some, like, before I had a little bit of money saved up, and I was considering putting a mortgage down on somewhere, but then like life happened and I don't have savings as much anymore, so now I'm like, probably I won't be able to put anything down for a house for like 5 years. But yeah, I want to tell you guys about my visa, like how I almost lost my visa, and that's why like last week was horrible. Okay, so my job emailed me and they said that they are gonna stop sponsoring visas, because technically I'm working part-time but not really, and like companies, it's kind of like a gray area, like they're not really supposed to sponsor part-time visas, but they do. And I work like not super part-time, like I work almost full-time. So anyway, so they told me that, and my visa is up in like 2 months. So for me to find another job or another visa in 2 months is very hard. So I was stressed, and so like that's why I'm not sure if you noticed, but I didn't post any YouTube videos for like 10 days now. I didn't film anything. I didn't really go out. I didn't really put makeup on. I didn't post really on Instagram because I was too depressed to put on like clothes and makeup the whole time I'm looking for a new job. And I did get some job interviews and blah blah blah, and I'm emailing my company. I'm like, you told me when I signed the contract that you would sponsor my visa, so that's not cool. And then they're like, oh, but we're not experts, we're not visa experts, so we didn't know, like blah 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 blah. And then my company is super super big, like I can't say which company it is. I was gonna make a YouTube video and expose them in a way which I would not get sued for defamation, but it didn't end up working out that way. But I was super mad because my company is super big and they have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of foreign employees. Why don't you know about the visa system? So we had like a bit of a back and forth exchange, and I spoke to the Japanese staff at work, and they're lovely. They're like these older Japanese women, and they treat me like their niece or something. They're really, really nice. And they told me to go to the union. So I googled online about the union. I looked into the labor office, and then I emailed my company back and I said, if you don't renew my visa, I will be forced to go to the union and speak to the labor office. And then they didn't get back to me within a few hours. So I called them, and then the guy answered and he said, okay, we just had a meeting and we decided we will sponsor your visa, but only yours. All the other part-time staff, we're not going to sponsor their visas, but we're going to sponsor yours because my one ended up being the one that's like the quickest one to be renewed, and it didn't leave me that much time. So they said that they would renew my visa only. And it just sucks because I had to threaten them. I had to threaten to go to the union because there is a union. And my company, Googling it, they're in the news quite a bit about the union. And again, I can't say what my company is because I don't want to get sued for defamation. And then I had to like Google about defamation laws because I was like, okay, maybe I'll make a YouTube video about this. Fawn said, would you be able to apply for residency since you've lived in Japan for so long? I mean, you're alum. My boyfriend's alum. Yeah. You're alum.
Huh?
Alum.
Oh shit.
My boyfriend's here. Okay, okay, so permanent residency, I cannot get it because I'm on a 1-year visa, and to apply for permanent residency you need at least a 3-year visa, and that's to apply. I've been here for almost 10 years, so after this visa I can apply for permanent residency. But if me throwing stuff at my boyfriend is so funny, but if I get my visa this year and it's 1 year, I cannot apply for permanent residency. So it all depends what my next visa is. So this is for people who are moving to Japan. You can technically apply for permanent residency after 10 years, but only if your visa falls on a 3-year visa, and nobody knows how to get a 3 or 5-year visa. Like it's like kind of a lottery. Like I think it's a lottery. I've been here for 9 years, almost 10 years, and I have had 9 1-year visas, and I know people that have had 15 1-year visas. I threw like an empty bottle. Don't worry, he's not hurt or anything. But like he was wearing his headphones, so yeah, it was really, really stressful. Like I didn't know what I was gonna do, and the whole thing is just super unfair. Like that's one thing I kind of want to get across to people moving to Japan. I know so many people that had to leave because of their visa, and a lot of the time it wasn't their fault. Like a lot of the time a company, and I've had this before, companies will tell you that they will sponsor your visa, and then they just don't at the end. It'll come to like right before, and they'll be like, oh, actually we don't know how to do it, or something like that. And honestly, sponsoring visas isn't that hard. They just need to fill out some documents, and they need to prove that they're paying you a salary. But most companies just don't know how to do it, because, you know, technically they should use a lawyer. No boyfriends were mistreated during this live stream. Yeah. He's so far away, and he's wearing it. He's playing Tekken as usual. I was gonna introduce him in this stream, but he's wearing his pajamas, so he said no. But maybe next time. Why are they hesitant to give 3-year visas? Okay, so like in general, they don't want immigrants to stay too long. So most people do get 1-year visas. Like Japan particularly doesn't really want too many immigrants that have PR. So the chance of you getting a 1-year visa is very, very high. Ah! Hi, Smiley! And I know people who had like a 3-year visa or a 5-year visa, and then it dipped down to 1. So they, after 5 years or after 3 years, they reapplied, and then they got a 1 or 5-year visa back. And then once you get a 1-year visa, it's really hard to go up. And that's where most people struggle, and that's where I really struggled, is that when you're on a 1-year visa, it's very, very hard to go up. So yeah. But like luckily for me, I have a lot of avenues where I can get a working visa. So that's where I'm lucky. I do have a lot of connections, and I know some companies that would hire me. It's just annoying. Darby said, yeah, it sucks and they need immigrants so bad. Like, yeah. Oh, Miley! Thank you! Okay, if anyone doesn't know the person that just donated, she's great. Her channel is great, and she's been in a couple of my videos. That's Miley. Miley's wonderful. Her videos are very great, and she also does a lot of really cool live streams. We've been planning to live stream together for a while. She's honestly great. Thank you, Miley. But yeah, the thing, and we talked about this in the last live stream I did, but Biden recently said that Japan can be, he said a lot of countries, but people asked Biden, why do you think the economy in Japan, China, and some other countries are doing bad right now? And he said, like, the immigration policies can be quite xenophobic. And people were really mad about this, but honestly, he does, you know, like, he is kind of correct about that. Like, the immigration policy is pretty xenophobic. Like, it's very, very hard to get a visa to come here, and then it's very hard to keep your visa. And it's very hard, like permanent residency also, even if you apply for it, you need to have quite a strong application. Like there is a high chance that you will get denied. Like I know people that have got PR, I know people have then been denied for PR. I think that if I had a 3-year visa and if I applied, that I could get it. But yeah, I know. I'm gonna get a visa lawyer. And that's what I would recommend to anyone who wants to get permanent residency in Japan, is probably do it through a visa lawyer. My friend did it without one, and she managed to get her PR, but honestly, you have to do a lot of research, you have to get a lot of documents, and honestly, I would just recommend getting a visa lawyer, even though I think it costs at least 70,000 yen. So yeah, that was my horrible week of almost losing my visa. I was so worried, honestly, because I was like, what am I going to do? Because, like, I know avenues I can get visas, but if something happened and I couldn't get it in time, then I would have to go somewhere and come back. Like, I would have to book a flight and go to another country. And I don't really have any family in England, so I couldn't go back to England. I'd have to go to, like, Korea or something and come back. And, like, I have 2 cats in the house, so, like, that. And then what's my job gonna do? Yeah, this is wild. Like, and this is something that foreigners really, really worry about. But in the end, it ended up being okay because I threatened them with the union. So, yeah. Sarah, thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure if I told you about this in maybe I did tell you about this in person, but yeah, it was just a terrible week, and it made me very, very depressed. And living in any country that requires a visa is like this. Yeah, but like I have a lot of Japanese friends that want to live in England, and it's like the same kind of deal. Like it's like a lottery system, like they apply for the visa, and then it would be a lottery whether they get it or not. It's just really sad how this all just like plays with people's lives. Oh yeah, I did tell you Eveline. Yeah, it was pretty bad. But again, my company expected me to just be like, oh, okay, that's fine, sure, whatever, and then go on with my day. But because I really complained and I did threaten them with the labor office and the union, that's the only reason that they gave me my visa. So like my biggest advice is to fight for everything and question everything. And if you ever feel like something's a bit off, check your contract, because that's my next step. My next step was to go to my contract and check. Is everyone union there? Okay, so there is a union for... So I work in Eikaiwa, and I thought my company had their own union, but I think all the Eikaiwa and like English teaching jobs are part of their own union, and that's something you can join. So that's my next step. I will probably join the union. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of different kinds of unions too, so definitely look into that. Whatever job you're working in now, check that there's a union. And even if you're not part of the union yet and you're having a problem, I think that you can still contact them and talk to them about it. So yeah, so that's that. And anyway, the next thing I wanted to talk about was Assassin's Creed Shadows. Oh, Rora said, have you tried Skillhouse, Robert Waters, to find something related to your degree? I have, but like, my thing is because I do so many things on the side, I want just like a part-time, like something that's not fully full-time, because I also work as a designer and I do like social media and YouTube and that kind of thing. So I don't really want something really high pressure and long hours, or like 5 or 6 days a week for now. And yeah, I'm really checking the job market just because I'm always interested about what's out there, and a lot of it is like not great right now, honestly. But yeah, Assassin's Creed. Okay. So the whole of Twitter is talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows. I think it's really interesting because, as I mentioned before, my friend made the original fan art that led to this game. Like, I think even over 10 years ago, like maybe 12, 13, 14 years ago, my friend, who was a really talented artist, drew like Assassin's Creed art if it was set in Japan, and then it ended up getting really, really popular on Tumblr. Like, this is how long ago this was. And then he ended up getting recruited by Ubisoft because of that art, and he ended up moving to Japan and working as an artist, and then it led to what we know now as Assassin's Creed Shadow. Ozzy said, AZ Shadows, what a mess. Not the company or marketing, they're great, the audience. Yeah, so like the trailer was released and people are really mad because the 2 main characters is like a Japanese female ninja and a Yasuke. And Yasuke is a black samurai. And people are mad, like the usual crowd. The ones that are like, oh, like this is just woke they're inserting diversity for no reason, blah 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 blah. But it all started off because people didn't know that like that guy is Yasuke, and Yasuke is actually like a real historical figure, and he was like recruited by Oda Nobunaga, and Oda Nobunaga loved him so much that he made him into a samurai. And then like when those people who are angry found out that he was a historical figure, the next argument was that, oh, but like he wasn't technically a samurai, he was like a retainer. And then this argument became, okay, but samurai are kind of like retainers. Like it's kind of like, I guess the English word, if you were to have an English word for samurai, it would probably be retainer. And people arguing, oh, but like technically blah blah blah, and so it turned into that kind of argument. It's just so bullshit. Like weebs were using AI translation to leave negative comments on the Japanese trailer. That's so dumb, because like obviously people are gonna know. And it's just sad because like actually Yasuke is very loved in Japan. Like the people I've spoken to about Yasuke, they really like him, and like he's in a lot of Japanese media. He's in anime, he's in manga, he's in games. He's like a popular character like for modern media, so like there's no reason why he shouldn't be in a game. And Ozzy said, all the people saying, why can't we play as a Japanese character? Because we know they don't consider women people. Yeah, for real, right? Like, there is a Japanese main character, 2 main characters. Female ninja and Yasuke. So, like, you can play as a Japanese person. And, like, the thing is like, we have Ghost of Tsushima and Sekiro, which are probably maybe going to be better games than Assassin's Creed Shadows anyway. So it's like we already have 2 games where we play as a Japanese samurai. So maybe that's why they wanted to mix it up a little bit. And racists getting mad at Ubisoft games is a tradition at this point. Same thing happened with Far Cry 5 and Far Cry 6. Really? Why did I honestly, I don't know anything about the Far Cry series, so please educate me about that. People act like there weren't any black historical figures. I know, it's so stupid. And like, it all started off just because these people didn't know who Yasuke was. And like, Yasuke is really freaking cool. And the good thing, and like, now the argument is like, oh, well, there isn't enough information about him, blah, blah, blah. But that's what makes him cool, because there isn't, like, he's so mysterious. They can write whatever they want about him. So I will be playing Assassin's Creed Shadows. I really like Assassin's Creed. I played like the original one, the second one. Odyssey is one of my favorite games. I played Origins. It was okay. Didn't really like Black Flag. There was one set in England. That was kind of shit. So for me, Assassin's Creed is like really hit or miss. I do want to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That's probably my next one that I play after I finish Infinite Wells. But I'm excited for Shadows. I think it's going to be good. And if it's shit, it's going to be because it's shit. It's not going to be because you play as a Yasuke. Or, God forbid, you play as a female that doesn't have just like a skin tight bodysuit on. Because Ubisoft ultimately doesn't want to rock any boats. Also said, there's also For Honor where you can play as samurai. Yeah, there's a lot of samurai games. Like, there's tons of samurai games you can play. Love Black Flag, but being a white dude in the Caribbean. Actually, now I think about it, maybe I didn't play Black Flag. Maybe I'm just thinking of that British one I played, which was shit, by the way. I think I just didn't like it because I'm British and, like, I want to go to, like, a mystical land, and England is not a mystical land. Also said, yeah, apparently after he disappeared, after the death of Nobunaga, he really disappeared. No info after. Yeah, that's really interesting. Like, and people think that he had, like, kids in Japan. Like, he probably has descendants in Japan right now, which is sick. So yeah, the whole thing is just dumb. And there's so much Discord, and like, people were changing the Wikipedia page to say he wasn't a samurai, and people changed it back, and then I think they had to lock it, and then on Reddit, people were arguing in the like our history subreddit so much that they had to like lock that. Like, it's just so ugly. It's just so ugly. If Japan made Assassin's Creed, they go extra woke and make gender swapped Yasuke. No, for real though, like, a lot of Japanese people were tweeting about it, and a lot of Japanese people said like that the samurai games they play, Oda Nobunaga is like a sexy woman, and like and like I played, my friend used to play this samurai based on like, she said she was playing a historical samurai game, but it was like a visual novel, and all the samurai were like really sexy, and like just like this sexy 20-year-old Ikemen with like long blonde hair and stuff. It was ridiculous. So like, clearly Japanese people don't care, like. And again, Yasuke is very loved in Japan. They love Yasuke. All we know is that the people complaining are maidenless. Yeah, they really are. Average Redditors. Almond Milk said, oh my god, hi, I just found you recently, but I've been devouring your videos. Oh, thank you so much. I didn't make any recently, the last 10 days, because my visa got messed up, but now it's all good, and I'm going to try and film a video tomorrow on my birthday. Hell yes, sexy Oda Nobunaga. Yeah, for real though, like, no one complained about that. Everyone loved that. Yeah, like, I have some people I follow on Twitter that always complain, like, about Western games not making women sexy enough. And, like, don't get me wrong, I love sexy characters, and I love sexy women. But, like, if you can't play a video game without rubbing one out, like, maybe the problem is you. Like, Baldur's Gate, no one complained about that. Like, Baldur's Gate did sexy characters really, really well without being disgusting. So, like, it can be done. And that's a Western game. So, like, yeah. And then, oh, but this whole Yasuke thing, this at least drew away from, like, right before this, remember how everyone was, like, arguing about Hades 2? And that Hades 2 is too woke. And, like, they made... people have said that, like, oh, Aphrodite looks trans and stuff like that. Like, it's just one thing after another. Like, I don't know what's happened with the gaming culture. It's just nothing but people fighting about dumb shit. Like, Jesus. Fom said, no one cares if samurai games have magic and mystical creatures, but as soon as there is a black character, this is historically inaccurate. No, for real though. Like, there's so much wild, like, Yasuke is a real guy, like a real historical figure. But even if he wasn't, there's a lot of weird stuff that happens in Assassin's Creed. Like, that would not be the weirdest thing, let me tell you. Okita Soji is always drawn extremely andro and good looking. Yeah, for real though. Like, all the art I've seen of the famous samurai, they are kind of ugly, so like, I'm not mad if they make them into like really sexy women. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, so that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. It's just really sad, like, it makes me not want to engage with gamers anymore, or even like talk about games on the internet, because it just leads to ugly fighting. And like, games are really cool and people work really, really hard on them, and then this happens. Imagine having so little going on in your life that you spend all day looking for the next culture war. For real though, there's just like, that's all Twitter is, honestly. I try to not like get in arguments on Twitter anymore, just because it's really, really dumb. So I just post like really stupid pictures. Like yesterday when I was out, I'm not sure if you saw my tweet, but I was out in Shinjuku and I saw that building that says like Us Daini. It's just like a building, it's called Us, and I was like, that's great. And that's the only tweet I had yesterday, because Jesus. Hello, I am Japanese. Hi! Welcome to my birthday party. Oh my god, Hades 2. It's like women is not allowed to have a defined jaw and thick eyebrows. Yeah, like, I don't get it. Like, Aphrodite is really sexy and like she looks feminine and like Are women not women unless they have like 8-year-old girls' faces and like giant breasts? But she does have giant breasts. I don't really get it either. Like, I don't know if she's what gender she is, but she's hot, so there. It's funny because the work crowd are like, Aphrodite is trans, and then the trans community is like, okay, we'll take it. What are your birthday plans? So if you already answered. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to a cafe in Tokyo. It's called Haute Couture, and it has like, it's like wisteria themed now, and it has like wisteria, and I'm just gonna have afternoon tea, and then I'm gonna go have my favorite food, which is kaisendon, and I'm gonna have a really nice one, and that's just my plan. I don't know what else I'm gonna do apart from that. Probably walk around Omotesando, might do a little bit of shopping, but yeah, I don't have like whole big plans tomorrow. Thank you, Kiwi. And then next weekend, maybe I'm gonna have a mini birthday party with my friends and then just do shisha. I used to, like last year I had a really big birthday party, but this year I couldn't really decide what to do, and I kind of like, and I was kind of stressed this year about my visa, so I didn't really think about it that much. Honestly, people that complain about characters looking trans have never seen a trans person. She looks great, like, for real though. And like trans people are sexy, so like, I don't like, oh, she's not trans, okay, she's hot. Oh, she's trans, okay, she's still hot. Like, what's the argument here? Either way we win. Either way she's still hot, so like, whatever. Also, Asan said she didn't have a defined jaw, she had cheekbones. Yeah, and like, it's because like, they said that they fixed the image and they just put like lipstick on her. It was really weird. Like, Almond Milk said, I'm excited to see the birthday fit. Oh, I'm excited. I did actually buy a new outfit for tomorrow. I got an outfit from Jamie Ang, and I ordered some handmade new like bun hair accessories. I think it's gonna look really cute. I'm gonna put my extensions in tomorrow. I'm gonna really try to look cute, because this week I barely got ready. I was so depressed about my stupid visa, and then it all got fixed anyway, so I shouldn't have worried that much. I love kaisendon. Sadly, I'm allergic to shellfish and miss out. What are you allergic to? Just shellfish or like all fish? Or, because that's really sad. I really like kaisendon. But yeah, I am just really happy to, I'm glad that I got to do a little birthday stream, and I will be happy just having tomorrow off from work and going and eating something nice. So yeah. Again, like, it's really hard to book stuff. Like, that's my least favorite thing about Tokyo, is like booking anything is really hard. Booking a cafe, you have to book really far in advance, and then you have to have the exact amount of people, and then like if someone cancels, you might have to pay for them. So it's a really big risk. And another thing is like, I have a lot of friends and I can't book something with an exact amount of people because I don't know how many people are gonna come. So like, I have to book like an event space, and then it was really stressful. So I think I didn't really plan that much. Good, Seb, Money, happy birthday. Hi, thank you for coming to my birthday party. It's my birthday in 35 minutes. I'm really excited. Trobit says, Money, what other subculture fashion so popular at the moment? Keep TTK. What's TTK? I'm such a boomer. Keep saying that July K is phasing out. July is definitely not phasing out. There's tons of July like clothes being sold, and like generally people who wear subculture styles, you'll see a lot of July girls, but like I would say what's more popular than July is kind of like July subcult. It's like subculture. It's just called subcult or subculture, and it's kind of just like punk Y2K looking, kind of July looking, but a little bit more like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a lot of like big hoodies with like zips and like very like kunomi looking things. July is a bit more girly, whereas like this kind of July subcool punk look is a bit more rough around the edges, but they're very similar and they're very interchangeable, honestly. And I do see a lot of Tenchi Kaiwai girls and boys around recently, so that makes me also very, very happy actually. I don't think Tenchi Kaiwai is going to get as popular in the West, but I see a lot more Tenchi people around recently. Nia said, I'm allergic to oysters, but I eat them anyway. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hi Kanji! Planning events is so stressful. Yeah, it really is. Like, I never want to plan anything. I need to make a Tenchi Kaiwai meet in Tokyo in the next month. I want to try and make one before it gets too hot, and I'm honestly really stressed about that. July colors are everywhere. It's not fading out. Yeah, like, I really don't think it is, honestly. Okay, here's another thing I wanted to talk about. Me and my friends talked about this last night. I don't really like... it's not that I hate them, but you know, like, there's the fashion snaps, like Tokyo fashion, and even fruits to an extent. There's a lot of, like, these popular online fashion snap companies, but they don't actually snap stuff that people are actually wearing. It's all really stylized, and people don't get that that's, like, they will, like, bump into people and take their picture, but more often than not, people go to meet them, or, like, they'll call, like, an influencer, or, like, a company's, like, you know, like Hehe. They always take pictures of Hehe because Hehe call them and say, take pictures of us, and they send them models. So it's, like, really manufactured, so they don't actually capture, like, what people are wearing. And I know it's, like, Tokyo fashion. I've never seen them take pictures of Jedi girls, and if you, like, go out, there's Jedi girls everywhere. So, like, I'm not sure why this is happening. So it's really hard for people in the West to see, like, what people are actually wearing, and that makes me kind of sad. And, like, another thing that people don't get is, like, a lot of, like, Jedi girls or anyone, and, like, any of these, like, subculture fashions, most people, I'm not gonna say they look rough, but they look you know, like, they're going out to hang out with their friends, so that, you know, like, they don't always look perfect, and that's fine. And that's why what we see, like, what people see overseas of J fashion is, like, these really manufactured perfect street images of people who have just done their hair and makeup and stuff like that, and it is a little bit misleading, and it makes people feel like they're never going to be good enough when what they're seeing isn't even real. But I don't know how you guys feel about that. Yeah, it's sad, like, because I know people that when we're out, they'll be like, oh, I'm gonna call, like, Tokyo fashion and see if they're about, we're gonna go to them now and, like, get our picture taken, blah blah blah, and, like, it seems very, like, fake. I think I do like Tokyo fashion. They've done a lot of good work, but again, they mostly show, like, fashion students and, like, influencers and models, and they definitely, like, play favorites. So they kind of, I don't know, stuff like that leaves a bad taste in my mouth, because particularly because they rarely show, like, Lolitas or Jedi girls. I don't think they've ever taken a picture of anyone who wore Tenchi Kaiwai, and there's a lot of Tenchi Kaiwai people. So, like, why? Is this, like, they really like high fashion avant-garde kind of looks, but, like, that's not what people are wearing. It's not really, like, street fashion. Once I move out, I can't wait to bust my wallet on Dear My Love and AC/DC rag. AC/DC rag's new collection is called Healing Heart, and it is so cute. It is so cute, and as soon as it comes out, I don't know when it's coming out. I think it's coming out in the next 2 weeks, and it is so cute. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. It is very, very cute, and I will be buying that immediately. Almond Milk said, do you have any recs for fashion outlets that capture it more realistically? Honestly, no, but, like, if you just search, like, Jedi in kanji, or, like, Tenchi Kaiwai, or, like, Sabuko in Japanese on Instagram, you'll kind of see a little bit more. There are, like, these Instagram accounts, like, there's one called Tenshi Joshi, and there's, like, Jedi accounts that just, like, post, like, people, and that, and like TikToks of people and stuff like that, and that's a little bit more realistic. But even then, those are ones that are taken, that are sent from people, so they're always, like, really over edited. And that's another thing to look out for as well, is that when you're looking through the hashtags, it's like people who obviously upload pictures of themselves are gonna heavily edit them, so that's another thing to be wary of. Every time I walk past someone wearing July fashion, I think they're the cutest person ever. Yeah, for real though. Like, I was out in Shinjuku last night. I met my friend who is here from Canada, and I was using my work clothes, so I wasn't really cute, but there were so many cute July girls. I saw some cute Tenchi people. I saw some Lolitas, and this is just in Shinjuku, and we went out at night, so like there's a lot of like obviously July people drinking until like last train, and they're all pissed drunk and they're falling over. They've got one shoe on. It's just like it's a nice vibe though. It's just very like light-hearted, and that's another thing that I think the Westerners don't really get about July, and the way that they don't really get about Gyaru is a lot of these people don't have a lot of money. And a lot of it is like rough drinking culture. So like these people have been out all day and they've been drinking. So that, you know, their makeup's a little bit run. Like they're not perfect, but that's also kind of like the rough around the edges charm of it. Nia said, Healing Heart is so cute. Yeah, there's like black and white and black and pink and a white one. I'm obviously gonna get the white one, but it's so cute. If you guys haven't checked out the Healing Heart collection, definitely check it out. Oki said, oh, that reminds me, I need to look into July and Tenchi Kaiwai for winter, southern hemisphere. Yeah. Like, I feel like those Subcoal, I feel like is even better for winter because it's like a lot of big hoodies and like oversized stuff. I'm worried about doing Tenchi Kaiwai in summer because it's gonna be super, super hot. But I guess I'll just wear like oversized t-shirts and stuff like that. And I think it's really good for Japan because Japan has quite harsh winters and very hot and humid summers. So like Subcoal is great because Subcoal really is comfortable. It's all just like hoodies and t-shirts and stuff. It's okay to be messy. I mean, yeah, it's realistic. Like a thing about like social, like J fashion on social media is a lot of people I follow, and like no shade towards them, but they'll just wear these fashions in their room and take pictures and then take it off again. But like they're not like going out. And when you're wearing it and going out all day and going drinking and going to cafes and restaurants and doing like active stuff, you have to think a lot differently about your outfit. You have to think about like, am I going to be hot? Am I going to sweat? Is it going to be comfortable? Do I have to bring extra shoes? So like it's a whole different beast when you're actually wearing it outside. Aussie Awesome said, I wasn't really that cute. She says, like a liar. Yeah, I would know. I looked hideous yesterday. Jesus Christ. I hadn't washed my hair in a while, but I feel much cuter today. And hopefully I'll be cute tomorrow, so I'm excited for that. Look forward to that. But yeah, I have a lot of feelings about the way that J fashion is portrayed in the West. Because I noticed, like, I got tagged in a post on Twitter. Like, someone was calling out this TikToker. Her name is, like, Adi Harajuku. Adi Harajuku. I'm not sure if you guys know her. But I'd never seen them before. I'd seen their posts come, like, I recognize their face. But they're like, and the person said, this person's really problematic, like blah blah blah, and apparently they had recommended this Adi Harajuku to me before, and then they felt bad because they were problematic, and they told me, and like I was reading through the Twitter thing, but I didn't really get it, because like on one hand, a lot of the things that they were saying this person was problematic for are just kind of like, I don't know, like manufactured stuff. They're like, this person was wearing Safeku and it's problematic. It's like, okay, well I don't think that's problematic. But then on the other side, I looked through this person's TikToks, and they seem fine. Like, I don't think they're bad or anything, but like a lot of it is like educating people on J fashion. I think this is why people got upset, because like the thing I saw is that they showed like Tenchi Kaiwai and then said that it was called cyber fashion or whatever. And I don't have any hate towards any people who do this kind of thing, but I noticed like there are quite a few influencers that like educate people about Japanese fashion, but they don't live in Japan, and a lot of the stuff they say is like wrong, and I don't really like educating people about this kind of thing, because I feel like it ends up with like making rules and like, oh, you have to wear like this, oh, you have to wear like that. And I think a lot of it, like the West tends to like take Japanese fashion and like try to force it like into labels, into boxes, and often it's not like that. It's just like trends go so rapidly here as well. So I think that people should just be really, really careful about that. Sarah said, that drama seemed really overblown and strange. I didn't really get that. I didn't get why I was tagged, so I don't even know this person, but someone said that like they were spreading misinformation. I think it is just like they, like the Tenshi Kaiwai thing, they didn't really know what it was called. Like, that's fine. Like, again, on one hand, as someone who wears Tenshi Kaiwai, I don't really mind like I'm not too mad that this person used the wrong name for it. But at the same time, I don't get why people want to make all these educational videos about Japanese fashion when they don't even, like, they don't know it. They don't live here. They don't wear the fashion. And there's a lot of people who make that kind of content. And I make videos about Japanese fashion, but I would never claim to be, like, an authority on it or, like, try to educate people about it. Because, again, I don't know everything about, like, even though I wear Tenshi Kaiwai now almost exclusively, and I guess I'm one of the only Westerners that wears Tenshi Kaiwai a lot. I don't know fuck all, to be honest. Like, I'm not gonna be like, I will be like, here's where you can buy these clothes, and like these are the like, this is what it's about, and this is what it looks like. But I don't want to like educate people on it, because I think that's where you can actually spread misinformation. So on two hands, one, we shouldn't just like attack creators for like, it becomes too, like, the part that they're attacking this Adi Harajuku person, I don't know them, but honestly they seem really nice, and I think the things they're being attacked for is just really, really silly. But on the other hand, too many creators are making these kind of educational videos where they don't really know what they're talking about, and I get where that kind of stuff is good for their algorithm, and maybe they'll get a lot of likes and stuff like that, but also I just think it's kind of unnecessary. Like, I don't know how you guys feel about this. Again, I'm like very, very balanced about this. And I like anyone, like, I like people who keep J fashion going, and like, keep talking about it, it's nice. But like, I feel like when you start like assigning labels to it, or like telling people that they're doing it wrong, or blah blah blah, that's when I have a problem with it. Those two can overlap. Yeah. Especially with Lolita fashion. Yeah, it was like, I like that a lot with Lolita. Like, the West in particular had a lot, like, started to assign a lot of rules to it, and it just made the whole thing less fun. Happy birthday, thank you! Sarah said, it always feels like people want to be an authority on the style. Yeah, as soon as, like, particularly, like, new styles, like, people want to jump on it, and then they want to be like the person of that style. And like, as someone who started wearing Tenshi Kaiwai when it was pretty new, my only hope is that more people wear it. And like, if nothing else, I hope some Western people see me wearing it and they're like, hey, that's kind of cute, and then they end up wearing it because they think it's cute. Like, that would be nice. Like, again, it's not a competition. Like, we can all have fun wearing these clothes. Thank you! I'm having a really nice birthday party. How long is it till my actual birthday? 20 minutes. Okay, sick. Yeah. I don't know, like, I have a lot of feelings about J fashion, but most of my feelings are is that I just want people to wear it and have fun. And the sad thing is like, it can be so divisive. Like, every time I open Twitter and anything to do with J fashion, I feel like is some kind of drama. And Trollbit said, the safety thing, I thought there was some design to be like outside wear, not related to the school one. Yeah, oh my god, the thing is, like, people saying that she's being cancelled for wearing safe goo is like, I have safe goo, like a sailor cut. I don't know how to say it, but like a shirt with like a sailor collar. That's it, a sailor collar. I have a few sailor collars and I think they're really, really cute. Like, I understand if you were to wear an exact copy of a school uniform and then sexualize it, or like do it in a way that's like, I'm sexualizing your child. I can understand how that would be problematic. But if you're just wearing sailor, particularly because like July and Tenshi Kaiwai has so much sailor colored stuff. It's very, very hard to avoid, and it does look cute, and it's not even like supposed to be like school uniform. It's just like cute. And also as you guys know, like I'm a designer, and my new samples for my new collection have sailor fuku color. So I'm like, oh my god, I hope like no one tries to cancel me about this. Jesus Christ. In my defense, I'm working with Japanese people for this, okay? Aoki said, I'll wear a bit of it once I get money. Oh, July or Tenshikaiwai. The sailor color is so cute. Like, honestly, it's cute, yeah. And it's not even like... The sailor color thing is like... It's not just like school uniform. It's from like the Navy. It's from like lots of different things. And yeah, it's just cute. So yeah, I was really surprised when I saw people attacking this person for wearing safety. I just think it's very like a TikTok thing. I feel like people on TikTok could be angry about it. That's why I don't really post on TikTok, because I feel like the comments on TikTok are just wild. And yeah, that's something I would like to avoid. Is it okay to wear for cosplay? Yes, like, okay, in my opinion, it's fine. Like, again, I'm not the authority on this, so don't ask me. But it's my personal opinion that it's totally fine to wear, particularly because in Japan, there are so many places to rent like Korean style seifku or regular seifku. There's lots of like Japanese subculture fashion that uses like seifku elements. So in the eyes of Japan, wearing it is not bad. I can understand the sentiment that it is bad to wear it and then sexualize it. So I can understand that element, but I don't see this Adi Harajuku person doing that, so I don't really get the issue. Oki said, I got Jedi, but I meant Tenchi. I want to see your Tenchi. I bet you look really cute. Isa said, sailor uniform were popularized in Japan by Western women who taught in a girls' school. Oh, I'm being educated. This seems important. Okay, I'm gonna read this more carefully. Okay, sailor uniform were popularized in Japan by a Western woman who taught in a girls' school. The students copied her and it caught on and become a uniform instead of the traditional ones they had. I watched an in-depth special. I want to watch that. That sounds sick. Thank you, Elisa. Because I know that my mom had like seifku, like sailor color clothes, and like that were just like normal. I don't know. It's not like just school uniform, anyways. And like it looks cute, and that's why like so many anime it features school uniform. It looks cute. Like I think as long as you're not like sexualizing it, then it's fine. But that's just my opinion. So yeah, I was really surprised that people tried to pull me into that drama. I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. But that's also why I want to make another video on Tenshi Kaiwai, like about what it is and where you can buy the clothes. But I don't want to make any videos that are like too preachy or like try to like establish rules and stuff, because I think that that's kind of shitty. It was just on TV, but it was fascinating. So yeah, I'm really interested to see the next year in J fashion. I know it's a subculture fashion. Like, if I want to know like about trends, generally I'll go to 109 and I'll go to La Foret and just like see what's being sold. And subculture, like punky Y2K subculture, is really popular right now, and it is like a lot of oversized clothes, and it is very, very cute. And there's a lot of leg warmers, a lot of arm warmers. The only problem I think now is that a lot of these clothes are very warm, and it's almost summer in Japan, so it's going to get super, super hot. So I'm just interested to see what they're going to pull out in like the next few weeks, because it's far, like they're still selling like those giant, like, I'm not sure if you've seen them, but they're like giant hoodies that are like fur, like black ones, and they have like kunomi ears and stuff like that, and they're really, really cute. But like they're still selling them now, and it's way too hot to wear it, like even now. So yeah, I don't know what the next thing is going to be. I don't know how they're going to have subculture in summer, but I'm very much looking forward to it. Valerie said, will the stream be up after it ends? I don't have time to watch it right now. I always leave my streams up, even if they're completely terrible and I can't find my microphone or something like that. I always leave it up, so don't worry, you can watch it later. Also, if you want to know about Japanese trends, another good place to look is like con cafes, maid cafes, and hostesses. Those places seem to also be like the forefront of trends. And like a lot of the like more like, I don't know how to explain it, but fancier outfits, those get bought and worn as like con cafe and maid cafe uniforms, which is really, really interesting. So if you want to see what's popular on the flashier side, I would look at like con cafe, the con cafe tag on Instagram, and see what the con cafe stuff are wearing. Con cafe outfits are so super cute. And there are some brands that sell, like, I'm not sure if you guys know Mali Moon, but they sell a lot of outfits like that and they're super cute. Sarah said, I want J Fashion made in cotton so bad. Oh, for real though, like, that's my only thing, is that I wish that the materials were a little bit better, because like, another thing is like, most J Fashion is fast fashion. Like very few, unless you go to like indie brands, most of it is fast fashion. Crit Spirit said, happy birthday, Bunny. Thank you for coming to my birthday party. Yeah, that's one of my major problems with J Fashion, is the materials normally quite bad, like honestly. And like my favorite brands, even like the big brands like Liz Lisa, honestly, quality's not great. Aunt Rouge, terrible. Like even the Lolita brands, like I feel like they used to be way better. I think Baby's still pretty good, but like Angelic Pretty now, I feel like the quality definitely dipped. I feel like it used to be way better. Alisa said, polyester gets stinky when in contact with sweat. Yeah, for real though. My issue with Jedi doesn't super suit me, because it's like that kind of like azuki pink. It's kind of like purpley. It has like purple undertones, and I have like yellow hair, so it just clashes. The other problem I have with July is that it was so uncomfortable, because it's all like long blouses and they're all polyester, so it really irritated my skin and made me sweat a lot. So that was like my other issue with July, which is sad because I love July so much. It looks so cute, but July is like the most fast fashion, I feel like, of all the fashions so far. Oki said, it's so expensive for me and I wish it was long lasting. Yeah, that's the thing, is like a lot of these clothes don't last long. Fluff said, paid a pretty penny for some Shushu Cherry. The fabric was disappointing. Oh, I wanted to buy from Shushu Cherry, but like I couldn't figure it out. Like I tried to buy like a year or 2 years ago. Shushu Cherry, I think, is a Korean brand. But the website was in Korean and it wouldn't accept my card, and I kind of just gave up. But that's disappointing. They had a setup that was really, really cute. Again, I didn't put it in the link, but I designed for Mumu, and Mumu is an indie Japanese brand, and honestly, like, their materials aren't like the best, but I feel like Mumu work really hard to make clothes that are really comfortable and are very, very stretchy. So that's one good thing. In the future, I want to make stuff that's made with more breathable materials, but to get to that point, we need to make enough money. So like it's like a, you know, like it's a process. Very see-through. Yeah, that's really disappointing. Like that's another thing, is like I'll buy something and I'll put it on, it's like it's completely see-through. Like they didn't put any slip. It's just one piece of material. It's just so lazy. Valerie said, just melted in my Liz Lisa today. It's impossible to wear in summer. Yeah, like I'm really, really sensitive, and I also sweat a lot. And this is kind of gross, but like a lot of like Liz Lisa is like, it will get like yellowy from your sweat, even if you don't sweat that much. It's just really, like, it's impossible to breathe in. And I feel like smaller brands, or like brands that haven't been around that long, I can kind of understand, but brands like Liz Lisa, it's like you have been around for ages. Like, how are you not at the point where you're at least like Like, does no one wear the clothes? Oh yeah. Yumichi told me there's this brand that I'm kind of interested in. They're a smaller brand. They're called Dimwa, and they're kind of popular now. It's like a very monotone, kind of Jedi subcool brand. And they had these really cute leg warmers, and I was gonna buy them, and then Yumichi said she bought them, and she wore them, and they were unwearable. Like, there's these leg warmers, and they're cute, they have ruffles or whatever, but they're too heavy, they slip down, so you can't physically walk in them. As you're walking, they just slip down your leg and off your shoe. It's like, how have they not tested this? And this is like something where we do at Moo, is we'll get 2 or 3 samples, and we'll wear them, and like wear them around to make sure that they don't fall off, or like something doesn't, you know, like they're actually wearable and breathable. And it's like, I'm really surprised that big brands are making clothes, getting the samples, and not checking that you can wear them. Like, a lot of these clothes are unwearable. Shushu has super cute stuff. Yeah, I really like Shushu. That's really disappointing. And like, I was planning to go to Korea maybe next year, and I'm not sure, but I feel like they have a store. I will need to go to their store. Yumi said, I have to wash my July clothes all by hand because they stain everything. I bought a July black and white setup from Liz Lisa, and I think I wore it like 3 times, so I washed it 3 times, and everything in the washing machine went like purple, and the white part is like purple from the black fabric. Like, I guess it's been dyed with really, really dark purple dye, like, to look black. So it fucked up everything in my washing machine. And like, I can understand, it's like, because obviously I did not wash this maybe correctly, but the fact that it stained itself is stupid. Shushi has really cute stuff. My Hime Gyaru heart is so happy. Yeah, I really I hope that Hime Gyaru has a revival. I love Tenchi Kaiwai, but if Hime Gyaru starts getting popular again, I might have to split my time between those 2 things, because when I arrived in Japan 10 years ago, I was Hime Gyaru, and that used to be my thing, and it was a really fun time, and I think Hime Gyaru is very, very cute, so I hope that it does make a revival. Oki said, I wish I could make clothes, buying July pieces, and remaking it in a better material. Sounds like a dream. You should do that. Like, honestly, it's not that hard. Like, it seems like something you definitely could do. Because I went to buy my outfit for my birthday tomorrow, and I did buy something that I thought was pretty cute, but again, I bought something from Jamie Ang, which is, I think, related to Ankh Rouge, and just like, the material isn't great, honestly, and it's a shame because the design is really, really cute. Elisa said, I always use color capture sheets. Yeah, that's what I needed to do, honestly. I didn't think. Konnichiwa, buddy-san. Hi, Ryan. It is 6 minutes until my birthday. Sick. Hell yeah. And we are just chilling out and talking about Japanese fashion. Finally caught one of your streams live. Thank you for coming. We had a fun time. We talked about my visa almost getting taken away from me. We talked about Assassin's Creed for like 30 minutes. And then we talked about J fashion. And we were having a very good time. Yeah. I've been working for an indie J fashion brand for like, I guess like half a year now, and it's been really, really interesting, like the whole design process, but it also made me realize that like these brands, they have enough time to check the samples and make sure they're not selling like bullshit, but they just don't care. Like a lot of the stuff that Ankh Rouge sells, they'll sell a t-shirt for like 18,000 yen, and it's like it'll be like a white t-shirt and it'll say like chuckle or something on it. It's just like becoming indefendable, and it's a shame because I used to love Ankh Rouge so much, and now I really fucking hate Ankh Rouge. Hime Bunny, maybe I'll post like my old Hime Gyaru pictures at some point. I need to finish making my homemade hachimakis. Ooh, I wanna see. But yes, it is my birthday in 4 minutes. Damn, I'm really excited. I did put my Amazon wish list in the in the description if you guys want to get me a little gift. There's like socks in there, yes, and that's pretty cheap. Yeah, I really miss gyaru actually. When I first arrived in Japan, I caught like the tail end of the gyaru boom, and it was sick. Mars still had like, Mars was great. Mars was one of my favorite. It had like those like hot pink little dresses with like perfume bottles on them. I bought so much of that shit. And La Parfait was a thing. There used to be this accessory brand in 109 called Ruby Rose, and it was super super cute. It was all like pink flowers and sparkles and stuff. I miss the sparkles, man. And I remember back in the day, it would be, this is another thing that people don't get about gyaru, is that you would go to like a hair salon and they would do the big gyaru hair set for you, and you would wear that for like a few days. Like you wouldn't wash your hair and you had to keep it in. It'd be like these giant like pigtails. I got them so much. They were so cute. But then obviously like back then you could get that hair set for like 2,000 yen. I think if they were to do that now, that hair set would be like 7,000 yen. So I think it would be less accessible now, which is a sad thing, because back then I feel like stuff was just cheaper. And I like because it's very similar to gyaru in like the culture. It's like you get dressed up, you go out, you have fun, you go drinking with your friends in Shinjuku, and you go to like a host club or whatever. It's like the same culture as gyaru. Gumi said, I'm scared for the Naomi set that I bought. I hope it's not too cheap looking. I go to Naomi quite a lot. Honestly, Naomi is on the cheaper side of like buying stuff, but I went in there recently and they had a lot of really cute stuff. Like there's a lot of setups in Naomi that I really really want. Honestly, Naomi quality not great, but design's really really cute, and the quality is roughly like, nowadays I feel like Liz Lisa, Ankarouge, Naomi, they're all kind of like the same. Like I feel like it's all made in the same kind of factories. The quality is not going to be amazing, but I think it would be cute. And I don't think Naomi's quality is that bad. Like honestly, Naomi is very cheap. Like I'm very surprised. Naomi is very very cheap for the quality. Like again, the quality isn't amazing, but it's comparable to other brands that are like twice as expensive. So I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. But again, like the outfit that you buy, you're probably not going to be wearing it in 3 years. Like it will just fall apart. I used to have a friend that used to only wear Liz Lisa, and every time I went out with her, like her buttons used to just fall off. Like we'd be walking along, nothing would touch her, and a button would just fall off. And that was like every time I used to hang out with her. But that's just kind of the nature of J fashion, honestly. Inflation is a pain. Yeah, inflation is terrible everywhere right now, but it is particularly bad in Japan, I feel like. And it sucks because like all my friends from like overseas are coming here on holiday, and like yen's so weak, so they're buying everything that they want, and it's like, damn, my salary isn't worth shit anymore. Oh, we have 1 minute until my birthday, lads. Get ready. But yeah, now I'm having fun. Like I'm trying to find like smaller indie brands, and honestly when I do go shopping, I tend to buy secondhand stuff. I use the shopping app Mercari. I go to Closet Child, and I thrift a lot of stuff, and I feel like that's just better. Oh! Yay! It's my birthday. It's officially 12 o'clock in Japan. Happy birthday to me! Thank you for coming to my stream, guys. I'm really glad that I got to have a little birthday party. This has been really, really super fun. Yeah, it's midnight. Hell yeah, we made it, lads. I'm very surprised that I've made it to my big age of 33. I'm very, very happy, and I'm really, really glad that I could spend my birthday with you guys. Thank you! Yay! I think my cats are both asleep next to me. It's like a proper party up in here. Thank you. I'm gonna make a video tomorrow about the things I do on my birthday. I'm just gonna go to a cafe, I'm gonna eat some food and have general shenanigans in Omotesando, and I think I'm gonna go to Tsukiji or like around the fish market, and I'm gonna eat some kaisendon. So that's like maybe a plan for tomorrow. And hopefully the outfit I picked out is cute. recently I started to... Ah! Ozio-san! Arigato! Thank you! Yeah, thank you! I'm seeing Ozio-san next week on Thursday, and we're gonna eat food, and then we're gonna talk about important stuff like Assassin's Creed, probably. Thank you guys so much for coming. I had a really, really nice time. Yeah, so I'm gonna film a video tomorrow, and I'll probably edit it and post it on Tuesday. If you guys have any ideas for like story times you would like, let me know. Maybe I'll also film a story time video tomorrow, because I feel like I was so depressed this last week about my visa that I didn't make any content at all, and I'm really itching to make some like YouTube videos, because I noticed like Instagram's pretty much dead these days. TikTok's scary, but out of everything I really, really like YouTube. I feel like the community on YouTube is probably my favorite. Everyone's really, really nice, and I'm glad that I can like speak with people a little bit more directly. I think it's just like the best platform to get close to people. Thank you, Ryan! What time is it for everyone right now? Damn. Let me check if I got any messages. I sent my older brother my Amazon wish list, and I said it was my birthday, and I asked if he wanted to buy me anything for my birthday from my Amazon wish list, and he just didn't reply. No, I think he said like, he said okay, and then he didn't buy anything. So yeah, that's what I'm getting from my family this year. 10 a.m. You're living in the future or the past. 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Okay, we got some European babies. 4 p.m. in the UK. Sick. 10 a.m. Damn. Yep, Darby, same as me. You guys are so global. I love it. So yeah, I'm gonna make a story time video tomorrow. Let me know if there's anything you want to talk about. Oh, Brazil. Hi. That's pretty sick. My cats are sleeping. I thought my cats would at least wake up and wish me happy birthday. Yes!
Happy birthday.
Thank you! Yes! My birthday! Sick. I got wished happy birthday in real life too. This is a good day. California, damn. Everyone's hella global up in here. Birthday wishes from all over the world. Yeah, I'm so happy, honestly. Honestly, like, as I mentioned at the start of this video, because we were talking about aging, and, my 18th birthday, I went to the pub with, like, 2 people, and I was really sad. It was, like, a really boring birthday, and on my 18th birthday, which was supposed to be such a big, like, event, it was kind of shitty, and then I was like, I hope that my birthdays in the future will be better, and honestly, this birthday rocks already. I'm so happy I got to hang out with you guys, and I had such a good time. Angel said, if I commit a crime in the past, will it affect you in the future? Damn. Honestly, like, on your birthday, I think you're allowed to commit 1 crime as a little treat, so I think it's fine. Like, if I think I can commit 1 crime today, so I'm gonna aim to commit at least 1 crime. Stay safe if it's raining. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys can hear because my window is open, but it is hella raining right now. And I checked the weather report, and I believe it is raining all day tomorrow. God literally said, fuck this bitch in particular. Yeah, it's raining all day tomorrow. So yeah, but I think I'm inside most of the day, and I'm just going to be around Omotesando, so it doesn't really matter if it's raining that much. It's kind of shitty that it's raining, but like, can't be helped. Because like, the end of May and June is rainy season in Japan, which is actually one of my favorite times, because my favorite flowers are hydrangeas. And yeah, this is the time that they bloom when it's hella wet. So actually it's not like all bad. Is jaywalking illegal in Japan? It's not. I jaywalk sometimes. I mean, it's frowned upon, honestly, like, you're not supposed to, but people do jaywalk here a lot. It's also not a crime in England. I was shocked that jaywalking is a crime. Do people just get arrested for walking across the street in America? Like, is that so much of a crime? Because that's honestly wild. I feel like in America everything's a crime. And like in England, there like we have like crimes, but you don't get like arrested for them. I feel like even if you have like a weed, you don't really like, nothing really happens to you. Like I think maybe it's worse now, but I remember when I lived in England, it wasn't really a big deal. Like they would just take it from you. But in America, it sounds like kind of a big deal. I guess it depends on the state, right? I jaywalk if walking is stupid. There are like the road next to my house, no cars are there ever, and there is a crossing, and you have to push a button and you have to wait to cross. I jaywalk that shit almost every day of my life because there's no cars. So like, thankfully it's not a crime here, or I would have commit 100 crimes this month. Can you go to jail for jaywalking? Because that would be wild. If I do end up in jail, I know it's going to be some dumb crime. That's my thing. Like, if I go to jail, I want to go to jail for, like, a good crime. Like, I don't want to go in jail for, like, tax evasion. I want to go in jail for, like, stealing a diamond. Even though I'll probably go to jail for tax evasion, honestly. Even though I do pay my taxes. And I have to, like, I file my taxes well. I probably fucked up this year, I feel like. It's raining here, which is nice. I planted trees and strawberries. You are like literally like an Animal Crossing character. That's so cute. It's raining here, but like the rainy season sucks in Japan because it's humid. Like I miss rain in England that was just like cold. In Japan it's like humid and gross. No, they just get run over. Damn. In Japan, if you get hit by a car, I feel like it's the driver's fault. So like they'll probably have to pay for your medical bill. So I think it's fine to get hit by a car here. Like I wouldn't have to go to work and I get my medical bills paid and I can get like a sick bionic leg. It depends if the cops are less bad or just regular bad. That's hilarious. Angel said they'll also prosecute you harder depending on race. Jesus Christ. That being said, same in Japan, really. Like, I feel like if I get arrested for something, definitely same in Japan. Not as bad as America, because I feel like everything's worse in America, but. Alisa said, if someone got arrested for jaywalking, there was an underlying motivation, race. Yeah, there it is. Ozzy Osan said, the amount of jaywalking that happens in Japan daily. Yeah, honestly, even like the road by my house, I see it every fucking day. The prisons would be sardine cans. That's honestly Capsule Bunny's Catwoman arc. Never realized. No, that's my retirement plan. And this is what a lot of old people in Japan do, is that they will commit like a really basic crime, like stealing shit from the supermarket, and they'll get thrown in jail. And then that's their retirement plan, because like if they didn't save like a pension, that's my retirement plan. I'm gonna go to jail. But if I do, I'm gonna be okay when I reach retirement age. If I do not have a pension, which I feel like I might not because the pension fund's gonna be empty, I'm gonna commit like a sick crime, and then if I get away with it, then that's cool. But if I get arrested, then that's fine because I'll get like 3 meals a day. However, Japanese prison is really, really bad. If I do go to jail, I will probably see if I can go back to England and get jailed there, because I've seen Japanese prison is, you don't want to go to Japanese prison. Like it's bad. Angel said, America is cool though, full size cereal boxes. Yeah, that's true. Chorbit said, is it true that cops in Japan ask to see what's inside your bag, like randomly? Okay, so yes. I didn't get randomly searched for a while, but for some reason, maybe because I live more central, the first couple of years I lived in Japan, I was searched like 3 or 4 times. And one time the police officer searched my arms for needle marks to check that if I was taking heroin, which was wild. I don't know why they did that. But they did ask to look inside my bag. And once I was stopped in Shinjuku. And I was stopped in like Kabukicho, which is like, I get it, it's like the red light district, right? And I was stopped by the police because they thought that I was a prostitute. And I said, I'm not. it was just like, I was going to my breast clinic, and it was in Kabukicho, and the police officers were like, what are you doing here? Are you selling your body? I'm like, no, I'm going to my breast clinic. And they were like, what's a breast clinic? And then they were like, we don't believe you. What's in your bag? And I told them I had jelly beans in my bag, and they're like, we don't believe you. And then they opened my bag, and there was jelly beans in there, and they're like, oh damn. And then they carded me. My visa was fine, and then they're like, oh, let us see your arms. And they checked my arms to see if I had any needle marks, and I didn't. And I was just like, oh damn it. And you could see them like visibly upset, like they thought they had one. It was so funny. Like searching me for needle marks, like even if I had marks on my arms that I've taken drugs, how is that a crime? Unless you catch me with them on my person. Like, it was just so weird. An ex-cop admitted recently that they were told to racially profile people. Like, yeah, I think I saw that in the news, yeah. Have these dudes never heard of... Yeah, these guys, like, these are Japanese middle-aged men. They're not going to know what a breast clinic is. Yeah, it was pretty wild, honestly. I was a little bit nervous, but it was fine. Like, the thing is like, a lot of people don't understand that when you come to Japan, you always have to carry ID. And if you're a tourist, you need to carry your passport. Always. It doesn't matter what happens, you have to have your passport. And I know people that were taken to like jail for like a couple of days because they didn't have their passport, and like they got carded. So that's one thing that you have to think about if you come to Japan. Like, the one time I didn't have my foreigner card on me because I was just up the road from my house, the police tried to take me to the police station, and luckily I got my ex-boyfriend to pick up my card and bring it. Otherwise I would have been in the fucking slammer, so thank God that he was there. But again, like, I feel like they have to meet a certain quota of like crimes that they've investigated, and I think it's just a really easy one. Like, just keep carding foreigners until you get one that doesn't have a card. That's it. Some cops just have the power to get to them, I swear. I think it's like any job, honestly. But yeah, ACAB. So yeah, but honestly, the last 5 years, I haven't really had any interactions with any police officers, and it's been great. So that's nice. I don't want to ever have to associate with the Japanese police ever again. I mentioned this before, this story. So you guys have probably heard it, but like, when I lived in central Shinjuku, I was modeling for ACDC Rag, and I was modeling their cosplay stuff, and one of the things, the last one was Harley Quinn, so I had Harley Quinn makeup on, and I just left and I went to go home because I didn't live that far. And on the way home, I heard like a really big knocking and smashing noise. I looked up, and there was a woman in her window screaming that a man was trying to kill her in Japanese and shouting for someone to help her. And then I saw a man smash her face into the window like multiple times, like really, really hard. Like, it looked like he could have killed her from that. Like, it was very, very violent and very, very shocking. And I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? And it's like an apartment building. So luckily a Japanese guy was there. He was just like jogging, and he saw, and we looked at each other and we're like, fuck, what are we gonna do? So we were banging on the door to see if the guy would open, but obviously he wasn't. And we're like, what are we gonna do? And the woman's still shouting, and she's like, Tasukete! Tasukete! Like, it was like traumatizing. And like he was still slamming her head into the window, and like she looked like she was passing out. And then so the guy said, like, I don't have my phone on me, I'm jogging. I'm like, I have my phone. Like, I didn't want to call the police. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm like in a state of shock. So I give him my phone. He calls the police. And because we live in central Shinjuku, they arrive very quickly. They arrive on the scene, and you can still hear the woman in the background shouting, please, please help me, and the smashing of her head against the glass. And the first thing, the police walk up to me, and the first thing they say is, what airport did you arrive in Japan from? And I was so confused. I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, what airport did you? I'm like, I don't know. I came in from Narita. And they're like, and I'm like trying to say like, there's a woman, and like he's killing her. And like, cause I'm so shocked. It's so hard for me to get any language out. I'm speaking my non-native language, and I'm like, you gotta help her. And like, they can see her in the window, like getting smashed against the glass. He's still going, and they were like asking me a bunch of questions. And at that time my visa was getting renewed, so I didn't have the card. They put like a piece of paper and they stamped your passport, and I didn't take my passport with me because I didn't want to lose it, and it was in my house. And when they realized I didn't have any form of ID on me, they were asking me to go to the Koban, and I didn't want to go to the Koban because I knew the moment they take you there, they'll throw you in jail, and you can be gone for 2 weeks and you don't get a phone call. So I was really trying to not get fucking taken downtown. And the worst part was, they were really suspicious of me and this Japanese guy. They're like, how do you know each other? And I'm like, we don't know each other. Like, he was just joking. And they're like, you expect us to believe that a Japanese person would just start speaking to a foreigner on the street? And I'm like, this woman's gonna die. We were just like, we're trying to help. And then after a while, like, I was like tearing up. I'm like, please help her, please help her. And because this conversation went on for like 10 or so minutes, and somewhere during that time the woman stopped making any kind of noise, and like the house was quiet, so like she could have just died for all I know. And then at one point, one of the police officers went up, knocked on the door. The man opened, shouted something at him, and slammed the door. And they were just there, like, on the walkie-talkie. And so my ex-boyfriend came, gave the thing, and then the police officer said, okay, we're done here. You proved that you live in Japan. Just leave. And I left. And I don't know what happened. Like, I looked on the news to see if there was any news about that woman, but I didn't see anything about a domestic dispute. I didn't see anything about anyone dying, so I assumed she didn't die. But yeah, it was really messed up. And it was also just like really traumatizing, because I think, like, you guys already know this, but I have PTSD from like domestic violence, so it was like very shocking to have to deal with. And like dealing with that shit in your non-native language, and then almost getting threatened to go to jail, it was just a lot. And then after that, like, I never have had a favorable view of the police, but after that it was just way worse. And then, right, Shinjuku's finest for sure. Remember, we protect us. Yeah, absolutely. Like, after that, I knew that, like, the police would never help me. And I got nervous around the Japanese police for a while. I think I'm fine now. But, like, the few years after that, I just got really nervous. Because that happened, I think, 1 or 2 years after they searched my arms for, like, heroin needles. So, like, I was already not feeling good about the police. And then this happened. So, yeah, I just got really, really nervous about the police. And I was just, you know, like, it was just really fucking sad. Because I always thought that, like, if that had been me, and if I was getting beaten up by a man in an apartment building, they're not rushing to save me. So, that's always, like, here's another thing that I always thought about. Is, like, I think it was, like, a year after that, or a couple of years after that, there was a Japanese idol, and she was stabbed to death on the station platform. And I always remember, because like she was being stalked for a while by a fan, but I remember that this person stabbed her like 20 times. It was like a ridiculous amount of times. Like, she was long dead by the time, you know, like well into the first few stabs, I guess. And like the person just kept stabbing her, and no one intervened. So it made me realize, like, Japan is very, very safe, and I love living in Japan. Honestly, Japan's great. But if any, like, thing happens to you, you are kind of on your own. Like, if someone aggressively attacks you, you're on your own. So that's something that you have to really think about if you do live here. Yeah, it's just bizarre. Like, a lot of stuff happens and no one intervenes. And that's one good thing about England. And don't get me wrong, like, England's very dangerous depending on the place. Like, it's different for me because, like, my hometown was particularly dangerous. So Me and my friend used to disagree a little bit on this because the place that she lived was pretty safe, and my hometown England was pretty dangerous. So for me, my image of England is it's dangerous. So I feel Japan is really, really safe. But the thing about England is any trouble I've had in a public space, a man will come up and be like, are you okay, love? Like, is he bothering you? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I know for a fact if it was like an argument with like a man, someone would intervene, particularly like on the train. Like, I feel like a lot of the weirdos that you encounter in Japan happen on the train. But if anyone accosts me on the train, I know that I'm on my own. And that's the scary thing is like, as a foreigner, if a man that I don't know accosted me and like hit me or like grabbed me or something, like tried to molest me, and I hit him, I would be liable and like I could lose my visa. So that's also always something that I worry about, is that some man's gonna try to grab me, I'm gonna punch him, and then I'm gonna get in trouble. So that's also something to think about. Abolish borders. Yeah, for real. That's horrible. I wish you the best. You did your part. You always need to look after yourself. Yeah, as well, it's like, you know, like the thing when I found the woman in the window is like, by reporting that crime, I almost went to jail. And that's why I think like people are less inclined, and maybe that's why people don't intervene, is it does end up being a lot of like trouble. Like you can yourself get in trouble. Darby said, when I first moved here, there was a NGT48 member who was stalked and forced to apologize for causing trouble after her stalker showed up at her house. I remember that, yeah. I actually remember that in the news. I feel like I don't hear as much news about this kind of thing after the pandemic. But I remember before the pandemic, there was so much stalking. But was it last year? I remember last year, a woman was stabbed to death in Yokohama in like a parking lot by her boyfriend. So stalking is definitely a thing here. I'm really lucky. Like I didn't, because like if you're an idol, you get stalked by fans, but usually like women get stalked by their ex-partners. But luckily none of my exes have ever stalked me, at least, so that's like one good thing. That was always a big worry of mine, is that having a stalker. I only had one like major stalker in Japan, but he didn't end up being dangerous, so that's one good thing. But I feel like every woman in Japan has like, who lives here more than a year, has like a stalking story, because it is very, very rampant. And like again, Japan's super, 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 super safe. But then if you're that one woman that gets stabbed on the train station, it doesn't matter if Japan is statistically safe if you're the person that gets stabbed. So yeah, that's again something else to think about. These dudes need to chill the fuck out. Yeah, it's really fucking bizarre, honestly. Like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, that ended up being a very depressing end to my birthday stream. But yeah, again, Japan, very safe. Like, I do feel very, very safe here. Like, I would not walk around England at night by myself, but I have no worries doing that in Japan. So that's honestly one good thing. Fawn, this is why I choose the bear. Like, I would choose the bear every fucking time. Like, let me tell you, Jesus Christ. But yeah, this has been a really, really fun birthday stream. I think that we had some really nice conversations. I got to hear a lot of interesting talking points from you guys. And yeah, I'm going to make a little video tomorrow, and I'll probably post that in a few days. I'm really glad that you guys came. And yeah, I had a really, really nice time. Let me know if you have any final questions. I'll probably log off in like 5 minutes. So if you guys have anything or anything you want me to make a video about, let me know. I liked the whole bear conversation. I thought it was really, really interesting. Mainly because people got so angry, like a lot of men got really, really angry about it. And that kind of like proved everyone's points. Ozzy Olsen said, have a great sleep and a wonderful birthday. Yay! I will see you on Thursday. And we will maybe eat tacos. Aztec said, night night. Yeah. For you guys that it's like nighttime, good night. For guys, it's like morning, then good morning. Thank you for the stream. Yeah, I will stream very, very soon. Again, I took a little break from streaming because of my visa, but now that's sorted at least. It's like one problem, less thing to worry about. Yay! Thank you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for coming to my birthday stream. I had a really, really nice little birthday party. I'm really, really happy. Thank you. Thank you guys that sent super chats. And yeah, I'll see you guys. I'm going to stream very, very soon. And I'm going to start streaming Yakuza, so look forward to that. But yeah, thank you.